What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of No Warp Gate to Good Master. In the last episode, we reaffirmed our PvP dominance with the 3-gate build. We ended up having 5053 MMR, only about 170 MMR away from top 50 Grandmaster. Let's begin. First game of the day is going to be against Stalker Man, a 5-2 Grandmaster Zerg. Now, I feel a little strange because I thought I saw this guy in my friends list, but I have absolutely no idea who that is. I could be absolutely wrong, or this could be one of my friends with his Zerg off-raise or something. I guess we'll see. Now, we didn't get the best map for PvZ. And PvZ in general, which, once again, that's weird, because usually mirror matchups are quite tough. But since our PvP is quite good now, PvZ is probably going to be our weakest matchup. Now, I do like the idea of going for... It's actually a... I have to tell you guys, this is pretty funny. I have been so happy with some of my Protoss build inventions that I'm actually getting my pro Protoss player friends to try it on a high level. And some of them actually freaking work. Now, I'm not going to spoil which player it is and what build they're going to use and stuff, right? But some of the builds actually seem to be working at the highest level. So you might be seeing some more Therby builds at the highest level if you pay attention to StarCraft 2 esports, of course. Now, what I want to do against this Zerg here is... Actually, I do have to say, honestly, this map is very broken for Zerg against Protoss, so I'm not quite sure if, going for a macro game instead of just going to go straight up for a proxy 4-gate is a good idea, but I suppose we'll see. What I want to do is I want to go for a really fast third base, and this time without DTs. At some point, I kind of made that build right where I went for a very fast third, but I still had DTs pretty fast because of the extra 50 gas that I have by not getting Warp Gate, right? And that actually worked out very nicely. That's a build I could try again later. I think that's also the build that led to one of the inhuman comebacks that I made, where I made Blink DTs as a follow-up. Didn't end up being very smart, and we ended up having to win against 46 roaches with one Stalker. That was actually a very interesting game, to say the least. Very, very interesting. Especially with the opponent acting a little bit weird, if I remember correctly. Now, what I want to do is... I could either Chrono Boost Mass Adept from one gate or make a second gate. I think I should go for a second gate for sure. I could also make... Can I skip the second gas actually entirely? I might be able to. So I'm kind of surprised to see that there's no base here. That is actually a standard. I think I'm already going to go for the second gateway, and then I'll see what my opponent is up to. I'm really tempted to I'm just gonna make a Stalker first, because why not? I guess it's gonna be a weird build anyway. My opponent is clearly just making a million drones, which makes a lot of sense on this map, and then I guess we'll see what he is gonna do after. My Nexus is gonna finish pretty soon. This Overlord is actually gonna be in trouble, by the way. It's really funny that his name is Stalker Man, and he's gonna be the one to not expect the Stalker. I think we're barely not gonna be able to kill that in time, sadly. I'm gonna transfer a bunch of pros over, and then I will just mine from the gold and go for the same plan as I had all this time. I think we're barely going to be able to kill this. It's going to be close. I need one more shot, please. Yes. Okay, there you go. That was actually quite close at the end. Quite happy that I got that. Now, my opponent didn't get speed very fast at all. So I wonder if I could do an even crazier version of what I was already going to do. And after the Stalker, Chrono Boost a double Adept super fast and still show up at his base with the double Adept. I feel like that would be pretty freaking sick. Because I saw with the moment he reached 100 gas mine on the third base. Okay, he's cool. He's going to see the third base right away. That's a little unfortunate. I saw the moment when he was going to get speed, and I think his speed is not going to be in time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain the speed is not going to be in time. Now, I have what I think at least is a pretty decent plan here. What I have to do is I think I just make 2 extra gateways immediately without going for a Twilight. Because if I was the Zerg, I would 100% all-in this. Like, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I would all-in this for sure. Now, I'm just going to shade these in now. Let's see. Yeah, the Zerglings are coming back. Now, that could have been an F2, of course. I saw a couple Zerglings here. I think I have to go for it anyway. I'm just going to try to target these drones down, get a couple more. I think I got 3 drones in the end. Could be a little better. Also, not the worst thing ever, of course. Now, I hope my pylon's going to finish soon that I built. Exactly, there we go. I'm just going to keep chrono boosting these. I'm even going to go up to 6 gateways. I feel like that is a pretty smart idea. I'm going to hide these in between the mineral patches, just like that. Stalker is going to be on patrol over here. Let me saturate this gas real quick and the mineral lime. And then I'm just going to be chrono boosting Stalker. No, why did you go out? Oh my goodness, that's so close. Gonna be chrono boosting my next couple units out. Just make sure that my Stalker stays there. The Adepts in those locations are actually surprisingly strong, you know? Like, they actually do really surprisingly well. He's gonna try to kill the Stalker, it seems like. I have 6 probes that I can transfer over. And now we do kind of have to hope that he is gonna go for the strategy we think he's gonna go for, because if he doesn't, then I'm just sitting here making a million gates and I'm not going to be attacked. So that would obviously not be ideal. I'm going to make a pylon out here. I think ideally I wall this off at some point. Like maybe build a couple gateways there. But for now, I guess I'm just going to try and make as many Stalkers as possible. Let's see if there's like a Queen All-in on the way. Don't see anything yet. Maybe I can actually shade this one through. Not quite sure if he saw that. He definitely had vision of it for a second. Okay, he did actually realize, unfortunately. Maybe I can still get away with this if I target correctly. That's not correctly, but we might still get away. In fact, no, I was actually about to cancel that, but there was just like a little bit of ping that stopped it. Let's see, how many links? I'm going to kill like 4 Zerglings with this one. I know it's a little silly to be out on the map here, but I mean, as long as it's not going to die, why not, right? Okay, so he has a couple more Zerglings over there. Guess I'm going to send a couple Stalkers here as well. Just going to keep chrono boosting this. And now we're technically still going to hit an all-in kind of timing. It's just going to be without any upgrades whatsoever. It is still going to hit pretty hard, though. Like, I have a decent amount of units for the time in game that we are right now. I think he is going to be trying to take the 4th base, so I should probably just go for that. Let's see, I'm going to fall back to the battery, and now I'm going to send all my units across. I'm going to go up to 10 gateways. I'll probably try to take this base as well. Now he's going to lose a couple of units here, which is quite nice. I'm still making adepts, not quite sure if that's the right idea. And now we can see if I can break the spell of Poe's Youth by not letting him mine from this gold. Oh, he actually didn't even have it yet. That is very surprising, actually. He could go for a run-by, of course, at any point, so we have to be a little careful here. That's going to have to get cancelled, and that is pretty good for us. Now, I'm not quite sure if I can continue the push on the creep. That is probably a little bit too ambitious, I would think. I'm just going to go around there and see what he has. I think a Twilight cancel now would be a good idea. If I could cancel this base too, then all of a sudden we're in a good spot. I don't want to make the Twilight in front of the Overlord. I would rather have him not know. This is definitely too many Stalkers to fight against with this amount of links. We actually have a crazy amount of units, don't we? The Queens were not in position. Is the no warp gate build going to be way too powerful again? Like, so much more powerful than it should be. It's kind of starting to look like it, guys. We're going to be able to deny this base, and I'm already taking a 4th base behind it. And keep in mind, this is a 5-2 Zerg we're playing against. This is not just a random Zerg on the ladder. This is actually a very powerful Zerg player. And let's see, does he have upgrades? He's getting upgrades, but he doesn't have them yet. This is a little risky what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to get the Queens here. I should probably recall these, I think. Actually, those Zealots are going to help me out a lot. It's actually just one Zealot. The Zealot and the Adepts are going to do a lot of work. I think I'll just try to kill as many of these as possible. More Zealots running in as well, which is really nice. Like, every single Zealot's just going to help so much with the freaking kiting. I'm going to get charge and +1 as well. Queens are going to be running out of transfuses slowly. I still have a couple of Adepts as well. That Queen dies with a lot of transfuses on it. I'm going to keep chrono boosting my gateways. And it seems like somehow... Am I just the Protoss goat? I see like Protoss players lose all the time on this map, and it's actually one of the first vetoes. And here I am playing without Warp Gate, just running a million gateway units across the map, but apparently it's just ultra powerful. I killed both of his 4th bases, while taking my own 4th base, killed every single unit, and now I'm in his 3rd base killing his drones. And there we go. Why? Why is this so strong? I actually have no idea. Let's look at the supply by the time I went for my first attack. The only thing I did was sacrifice 3 Adepts to kill 3 drones. If you look at the situation of the game here, I have more probes. I have a stronger army already. I already have 6 gateways. My opponent doesn't have a 4th or a macro head yet. Definitely a little bit of miss macro there. But that is a fantastic warm-up game. Couldn't have wished for anything better. Let's go for game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be against another Zerg, and this is the hotkey for roaches, obviously, right? So I imagine that this guy probably really loves to make roaches. I guess that's going to be a little more difficult in the last game to finish the game in any case. But the strategy worked really well, and you guys know me. When a strategy works that well, I kind of want to try it again, if I get the chance to do it right away. Just so I can see if... maybe this guy has a really good counter to it and the strategy is actually garbage. Sometimes that actually happens. If you guys are build inventors like myself, you've probably had it before where you do a build and you're like, oh my god, this is so sick. And you do it again. Turns out all they have to do is make roaches instead of Zerglings, or make more queens or something like that, and your build looks like absolute garbage, right? It happens. But I suppose we'll see. We are playing on a bit more of a campy map. This map is... I would guess it is good for pro. Actually, I don't know why I'm scouting at this timing. I guess not to get 12 pulled would be nice, but yeah, I'm just gonna go back. I feel like scouting at that time, like if you can't block the hatchery, it almost feels like a waste of money to scout. Wait, what was I just talking about? I don't actually quite remember. But our build looked really strong. Oh, I was talking about the maps, right? The last map was quite broken for Zerg, and it worked. This map is better for Protoss, at least I think so, but it might be worse for my strategy, which makes that a little bit complicated, right? Because I was actually talking with some of my pro friends the other day, and something that happens a lot is that people kind of stamp a conclusion on a map. Like they will say that this map is good for Protoss. So then people start adjusting their vetoes. They will veto this every time when they play against Protoss. But realistically, this map could be really good for some Protoss players and absolutely terrible for others. Like, it really depends on someone's style. It depends on the vibe. And I think that people actually get tricked into doing stuff like that sometimes, where they're playing a tournament, right? Or even ladder, and they'll be like, okay, this map is bad for my race, so I have to veto it. Or the other way around, this map is good, so I'll keep it. Even though your instinct might tell you this map probably sucks for me, or this map just... Sometimes you look at a map and you're literally like, I just don't like this. I don't know why, but it's just not cool, or whatever, you know? And that is probably a better way to veto a map or decide what map you like than anything else. Now, I'm going to go for the Stalker again, just because I liked it. I guess on this map, you can't actually kill the Overlord unless they're pretty greedy with it. So, not quite sure if it's as valuable here, but we'll see. But maybe if I can bait him a little bit. Okay, so this is going to distract his Overlord, or his Zerglings, rather. I'm going to... Oh, he's actually clicking it away already. Let's see. No, okay, he was going to stop there in position. Good scouting by him. Kept his unit safe, while still getting a little bit of scouting done in case. I'm going to hold this here for now. And then I actually... Do I have to chrono boost it already? I think I'm going to give this one chrono boost. That probe is going to die, unfortunately. I'll give it one chrono boost, and then... I think the adept should finish in time. I'm not 100% sure, but they should. Now, what's scary over here is that this map, unlike Post-Youth, I'm not going to have my natural wall. So I'm actually going to need another gateway for that. He sees that I have an adept already. I could... Oh, wait, that's actually... I can kill that, I think. Right before speed kicks in. I think he's going away because he thinks I was going to get anti-air, like maybe an Oracle or a Void Ray or something. But now he does have to come back. I'm not quite sure if I forced him back. I'm not quite sure if I like that. Because I guess now... I'm going to shade these across. I guess now he will see those adepts for sure. And I'm still not going to kill the Overlord. I guess I could make one sentry from this. Maybe I can try and bait some extra Zerglings out with this adept. I'm going to go up to 4 gates right away already. Let's make sure to chrono boost the adept so I actually have fighting units. And I get one pylon out here so I have enough place to build gateways and stuff. Now let's see what I can fight with these 3 adepts. He probably has more than enough Zerglings. I'm actually going to shade back here because this is a really nice place to shade in. I mean, 3 adepts is just like a little more than 2, so maybe they don't quite expect it and don't have enough Zerglings initially. I'm going to kill one of these. Can I target it? I can't quite see it. Oh, I actually did get it. There we go. Very nice. And now I can stand over here with my units. Do have to be very careful here. This is definitely a risky move that I'm going to do. But I guess we'll see how it's going to go. Put the adept over there. Chrono boost a couple more. Going to go up to 6 gateways just like I did in the last game. And then we're going to see how it's going to go. I do have 5 probes already for this base. Like, the economy and the unit count of this is pretty insane. The problem is that you'll very often just not have enough tech, right? Now, I could do a force field here. I don't really think it's necessary, though. He's just focusing on killing probes for now. I'm actually going to force field there, so he's going to lose all of these for sure. He's going to kill another pro, but I really had more than enough pros anyway, and now I can triple chrono boost my next time. And if you guys have ever played Protoss, you will know that pros build very, very, very fast. Not just regularly very fast, but very, very, very fast. And now he lost a lot of his Zerglings. Might be able to even take my 4th base already. Dude, this is such a funny way to play Protoss. It's so much different than it normally would be, right? So I'm going to try to shade over there and fake it and come back here. That was the plan. Looks like he actually didn't make that many units. I'm going to be able to sneak through, actually, and kill a couple more drones. He's making that into an Evo. Let's see if I can hide over here. If I can, I think I'm barely going to finish one of these, I believe. There we go. That's going to be over here now. Good spore crawler by him. Let's see, I'm gonna kill that. That is nice. Maybe if I put it a little bit further back and kill another one, not quite gonna get that one. Do need a couple more pylons, by the way. A little bit of an oversight by me. I was having a little bit too good of a time, I think. Now, this game, I could go for the faster Twilight and Forge. I'm gonna do that because I'm not as confident that I can just walk across the map this game. It doesn't really feel like that kind of game where I can do that, right? So I'm gonna skip that for now. And since I'm a little supply block anyway, it's probably a good moment to add the extra gates already. Gonna go up to 10 gateways one more time. And then, I'm really not quite as sure of the follow-up as I was in the last game, because in the last game, everything seemed to just go very, very well for me, no matter what. But here, it is a little bit more sketchy. I know he didn't go for Balings, he went for Roaches, so I can probably just make a wall of like that and keep a couple of depths there. I think I'm gonna shade a couple of depths across. I still only have, oh god, that's actually crazy. I only have one gas. I thought I would have two, but I actually only have one gas, so I'm not even going to be able to make my blink and my charge or my +1 anytime soon whatsoever. He's probably getting a little bit annoyed at me just hopelessly sending adepts into his mineralize. Let's see if I can target a couple different drones. I'm mostly doing this because my eco is so good, and adepts are not going to scale well into the late game anyway. It's a little crazy, I know, but I think maybe I can get away with it this time. Let's see, do I have enough probes? I do have enough probes here already. Saturate this. One was missing in the main, I believe, and then we're going to rally the rest over to this base. Going to take a 5th base as well. Now, this is definitely a very scary situation because I want to say I've thrown away 12 adepts. It could be 14 or 11 or whatever, but I've thrown away a lot of adepts, and a big roach counterattack would be pretty devastating, at least potentially. I mean, I think I could probably stop it with some really good mic. Oh, he's going to go for roaches as well. Okay, this could either be really good news or really bad news, I think. Or I meant hydras, of course. If he's going to go just pure roach hydra, then this is really not so bad. If my guy is going to go for lurkers, then all of a sudden that gets pretty scary, because my gateway units are not going to be able to do anything against lurkers. Now, I'm allowed to make other stuff, but I do like to stick to the gateway units as much as possible. That is not where I wanted my probes to go, but that's okay. I mean, I have 81 probes still anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, did he maybe take the gold base, guys? Like, I didn't miss the fact that he didn't have the 4th, right? I think he might have actually been missing a gold base. Or missing a base in general. Let's see. This is going to be a really good surround by us, by the way. We're going to get on top of the Hydras first, which is super nice. I'm going to make sure my Zealots stay on top of the Hydras. And this is actually a pretty phenomenal first fight for me. I think I can fight this with the battery overcharge. I do need to make sure I retreat just in time for when my Zealots run out, of course. I'm going to go over here now. I'll make sure to clean up the Zerglings, and then I'm going to take a fight over here. This actually looks like it's a complete all-in by him, so I don't want to fight over this base, I believe. I think it would be a little crazy if I did that. Now, he's going to find my other base. His strategy is extremely crazy. I know his name is Roach, basically, in nerd language, I guess, but let me see, I'm going to try to recall those. But this is an extremely crazy strategy. Like, he went mass 3-base Roach Hydra, which would lose to any tech unit, but here it's actually a little questionable. I think I'm going to go for a counterattack, which is also a little questionable, but Chaos is probably my way to win from an absolutely dire position. Let's see, exactly. I'm going to catch a couple of units here already. It sucks for me that Roaches are so good against Zealots. Like, Roaches are actually pretty phenomenal against Zealots. You can tell that this guy, it's so funny the way he micros. Like, he just micros forward. There's no, like, thought process or him checking how much you have. It is literally just stutter stepping forward. Now, I did pull these Zealots back, but I think this all-in was just the perfect counter. And we're going to have to give it GG here. Yeah, this strategy was actually crazy. To be honest, I like it because this is kind of the way that I would like to play Zerg, because ZVP late games are not usually my thing. But I have never seen anyone do this, and I guess it's very fitting for his name. And at the same time, I think there's absolutely nothing we could have done. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I think playing gateway units, there was nothing I could have done. If I played Robo, or I guess technically going up to Storm could have been a thing, but then my economy would be really bad. Even cannons wouldn't have worked. I think we either had to spam Immortals or even higher tech, Colossus and Disruptors, and maybe go for Storm. So the next time I want to play with just gateway units, I have to go for either Storm or DTs. But as I did, I really don't think I made any glaring mistakes here. There was actually just nothing I could have done. So this was a perfect strategy by the opponent. I'm not going to be demoralized. Let's go for the final game. The final game is against Sebestes. Okay, well, Sebestes, if you guys don't know, is a 6K European Protoss player. Now, what is actually funny is that he is the highest player I've ever beaten with my typical build. I beat him at Home Story Cup with the 3-gate opener, so I imagine that either he's gonna think I'm a fan of me or that I am me right away as soon as he sees the 3 gateways. Now, the thing is, in that Home Story Cup game, I wasn't playing no Warp Gate to Grandmaster, so I was actually allowed to get Warp Gate at some point. So that was probably a slight advantage there, but this is a very big match. This is a 6K Protoss player we're going up against. Or it's an imposter, how do you say it? An imitator, a fan. Could also be a negative fan. What's the name for a negative fan, but not necessarily a hater? I feel like I'm making this unnecessarily complicated. I guess we'll see. What happened in my Home Story Cup games against him is that he would scout the gateway on the low ground, and then he would instantly go back to proxy. Like a robo here, I believe, basically. It was a different map, but I was basically proxying a robo here. But, oh no, it was actually a little farther away. It was on Ghost River, I remember, so let's say here. But then I had the 2 other gateways to go up to 3 gate, and then all of a sudden I had 3 Stalkers killing his pylon, and that was that for him, right? So if we can get that situation again, that would be very nice. Doesn't look like he's gonna go back, so that is already slightly sus. Maybe he changed his tactics after losing to me in the Home Story Cup. That is also very possible. Now let's see. We are playing on the NA server, by the way, which makes it more likely that it is indeed not him. Now let's see. I'm gonna send this probe across now. We're mining here properly. He is waiting here. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to see. He could be harassing my mineral line instead, but he's just hanging around. So I guess he doesn't feel quite active today, and he wants to chill a little more instead of dealing true damage to me. Gonna make a pylon over here. Now let's see. If he went for a low ground wall, then I'll go for the Stalkers. If he didn't, I think I'm gonna go for the Adepts. Now, I guess we're always gonna have to see what he is truly doing. He didn't go to proxy, surprisingly enough. Or once again, it could still be an intruder, of course. So I'm gonna go for the triple adept right away. I am gonna go for the block, I think. I really like doing the block. I still don't know if it's good, to be honest. For some reason, it's just a vibe to block it. So if it's adepts, I don't have to worry about anything so much. I could also still make a cybernetics core there as well for the extra block. I don't think I would have to, though. Just gonna hang around here with the probe for now. He is gonna go into my main base. Let's see if I can take that down. That'd be so nice, and we do get it. Okay, that is beautiful. We're gonna see the 3 Stalkers. Now I can send this to the low ground to make the Nexus right away. Now I do have to be a little careful here because I am gonna get supply block losing that pylon, right? Let's see if I can see the Stalkers. The Stalkers are still in the natural. Gonna make another... Wait, I didn't shade them? Oh, no, I think I must have misclicked. Oh, no, that sucks. My adepts are gonna arrive a bit late at his base. Yeah, he went for sentries as well. This would have been such a nice initial attack, but I don't know what I did. I was actually pretty sure that I shaded. Maybe I literally forgot, or I had a worker selected and overruled, whatever. It doesn't really matter at this point. But that is going to be a pretty tough start for us. That is for sure. I'm going to go straight for the Twilight Council. Let's see. Probably going to get blocked out here as I expected. A chrono boost on the probes would be nice, but I guess I would be long distance mining for a little bit longer than I would like. Pylon is also going to be slightly late, of course. He's going to scout my base already. Let's see if he's ready with the battery. He's still ready, in fact. And then he's going to see that I do already have an expansion. I'm going to chrono boost this as soon as that pylon finishes. And there we go. Now let's see. I could either fake that I'm making blink already and make a third right away, or I could actually do it. Oh, he was barely in time there. For a second, it didn't actually look like he had units ready for that, you know, or a probe ready, I should say. I'm going to go in one more time. I guess I might as well chrono boost that for now. Let's see, probably still has a building. He does not have a building right now. And we are actually get in the base, which is really nice. And he's also going to wall himself off a little bit here. So this adept is going to do a little bit more damage than it should. And in the end, we might even be able to get 5 probes. Could have shaded it out a little bit faster. I think that could have been nice, but we still get a pretty significant amount of damage done. Is it going to be enough? That I really don't know. Like, we're just going to have to hope that I can make enough Stalkers from these. His blink is most likely... I think I'm going to chrono boost these instead. His blink is most likely going to be faster. But I could match him in the unit count, and I will have... Let's see. Oh, I actually baited him back for a decent amount of time. That is really not bad. I do have the defensive force fields as well, of course. Yeah, it looks like he wants to go for a quick expansion there. He does only have this amount of gateways. I think I'm going to make a 4th gate and see if I can do some pressure. I feel like that could be quite nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, this fight actually... Oh no, that sentry's in the back. No, I actually couldn't get a force field there because that sentry... That is actually very unlucky. No freaking way. Okay, I'm going to activate the battery overcharge here. He's doing his best to try it. There's a battery overcharge active, my friend. You're not going to be killing anything under there. Need to make sure that I don't lose too many units for free. I do have a pretty decent amount of units out here, but that could have been an absolutely beautiful fight. Instead, it was more a decent fight. Let's see. We're going to be able to keep fighting this for a little bit. Oh, he does have Blink now. Actually, Blink, that is a really crazy Blink forward, by the way. Holy cow. He might even be losing these Stalkers. I also have Blink myself now. If he wants to chase it, that's actually going to be quite painful for him because I'm going to have more Stalkers. Let me focus this one. And then I'm going to Blink this away just in the nick of time. I'm going to be able to chase this one down. And I'm going to win this fight against these as well. And then I can make my 3rd base after. All right, so we survived the madness. I don't actually have that much gas. I do know that he only has 2 gateways, so we might be able to put a little bit of pressure with like 1 chrono boost. Let's see if I can get that 1 Stalker. That'd be so nice. Oh, barely not, but good damage though. He does have a 3rd base up already, I believe, so we're gonna have to do something about that. Gonna go up to 6 gates and get additional gases. Let's see. It is not quite finished yet, so that is one thing. Let's see if I can do some damage here. Probably not gonna be able to kill that. Let me target it now. There we go. And I'm going to blink away. If he wants to chase me, he is allowed to. I wouldn't complain about that at all. Then I'm going to saturate the gas. Our base, once again, is going to be a little later. But all in all, I think we did pretty fine there. I might have to go for Blink pretty soon. Or maybe I should chrono boost my charge instead. That is also another crazy idea to go for charge. Oh, that was a good blink by him. I was actually about to get a very big volley there, so well done. I don't really want to fight in range of the battery. Oh, we actually out-microed him and killed the Stalker there, which is nice. I'm going to get a Forge now. And then I guess it is time to go for a lot of Zealots here. If he goes for DTs, we are going to die instantly. It is just what it is. I've kind of just accepted that, honestly, at this point. Probably not going to kill that, though. The batteries are going to be a little powerful. See if I can blink that one away. We actually did blink the right one away. You could tell he wanted to target fire that. Now maybe I should be the one going for DTs. That's also not a crazy idea. Let's try that for once. Here we go. I think maybe getting a cannon at the front would be a decent idea, to be honest. Let's see. I'll get a cannon over here, and then I'll get a cannon over here. Just to be safe, I'll keep 1 Stalker in the wall for now. I can run around with these for a little bit, see if I can find anything. Chrono boost my +1 attack. I don't have that many probes, but I am already saturated, so I guess it makes sense that I'm not going to make much more. Though these are definitely the kind of games where I might get in trouble a little bit for not having Warp Gate, because he's going to reinforce so much faster, especially on the attacks. That is going to be a potential problem here for sure. So he doesn't have that 4th base yet. I'm going to take mine right now. I'm just going to keep a group of Stalkers on each side. Need to make sure. He's probably going to blink on top. Let me just make sure to be ready to target one of his Stalkers. He's not going to quite go for the chase. I'm just going to have to blink away with these. I do have these on the left side. If I could sneak into his base without him realizing, that would actually be very, very nice. Oh, he's going to see it, unfortunately. Guess I'll just blink and kill that 1 probe. I'm not going to have any upgrades, which makes this a little scary. Oh, he's actually over here. Maybe I could... If he's going to blink for that, I could blink after him. Let's see, he does have 1 Immortal, surprisingly. I think I'm just going to target down the Immortal really fast. There we go. He's going to go for a blink forward. Oh, no, I think I did another mistake here, guys. My Stalkers didn't actually come from the bottom side of the map. I thought I clicked these here ages ago, but apparently they are only going to arrive just now. And I think that might be a little bit too late for the reinforcements. Now, I am doing a pretty good job with these. I guess I can always target down the Immortal, but... I think that is already going to cost me the game. We're playing against a high-level Protoss, and all that takes... I guess I made 2 mistakes this game, and both of them were... Yeah, it sounds really weird to say. I think you guys might know what I mean. They were accidental mistakes. Once again, I know that sounds really stupid, but they were things that I I thought I actually did. Those are my least favorite mistakes, my most hated mistakes in all of StarCraft. When you like think you made a wall properly, but then for some reason it wasn't a wall and all of the units get in. Those really hurt the most by far. I'm not going to be able to reinforce against that prism. It is a strategy to go and blink for it. I think it's the only thing I can do actually, because otherwise he's going to get too many units. That doesn't work. And GG is going to have to be called. And there we go. And judging by the supply, guys, I think it was actually that one mistake that cost us the game. So that is very, very unfortunate. Let's see. I did before I blinked forward. Yep, indeed. The supply was actually even. The gateway count was exactly the same. So we were missing a robo. We were same amount of workers, same amount of stalkers. I had 4 zealots and he had 1 immortal with the fight. So this fight actually would have been even. And me not clicking those back is actually what cost us the gamer. Now, obviously, without Warp this was going to be tough. But that is a very tough loss. The last loss felt like a necessary one. That's just a strategy we should have known that we can't beat, and now we do. So now next time we see like someone really go for a big roach hider attack, we can counter it. This one, I think, really just came down to a couple of those accidental mistakes. I want to coin that term actually, because it sounds so dumb, but to me it makes a lot of sense. Where I thought I shaded it, that's what I did, and then here I thought I brought the stalkers back, but I didn't. So that's very painful. But it is what it is, and that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time nonetheless. If you did, give a video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Adios.